Maycember is upon us. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. If you are a parent especially, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. The month of May seems just as crazy busy as the month of December with all of the holiday activities going on, except now in May we've got the school year wrapping up, and with that comes programs and field days and assemblies and concerts and graduations, and then you also have spring sports in there and trying to line up plans for the summer and get ready for the kids to be out of school. I mean, it just seems absolutely insane sometimes. So I figure it is a great time to share with you some super fast meals. We are talking dinners that you can throw together in 10 or 15 minutes or even less with very little effort. So that will help you save money because you'll be staying out of the drive-thru and avoiding last minute panicked takeout orders that can get really pricey. So let's dive in. My son, who is in 4th grade, has a big project that we have been working on. In a few days, they have a big event at their school called American History Day. All the 4th graders participate in it. They have a program, they have special activities, and they also have a living history museum. This is where each of the children are assigned a person, and they research that person, and they make a big trifold board, and they memorize a speech that they write. And my son got the coveted Babe Ruth, the famous American Babe Ruth is his person. So we've been working on that project, and I have like 30 minutes before I've got to go run this swim carpool. So I'm going to get some dinner going, and I want to get it together really fast because I would love to have a few minutes to actually enjoy eating it. I threw a bag of frozen green beans into the microwave, so the microwave is going next to me, and we're gonna be having some tortellini tonight, and this is from the refrigerated section at Aldi. They had several different kinds to choose from. I just got the standard 3 cheese tortellini, and this is a 20-ounce package. So I have some water coming to a boil on the stove, and I have learned to cook pasta in a shallower pan. The water comes up to temperature a little bit quicker. It's also easy to cook like longer noodles in that shallow pan, so we'll get those going as soon as the water is boiling. Right now I'm gonna open up this package of chicken sausages. These are the mild sweet Italian chicken sausages from Aldi. They are fully cooked. We had these last weekend and really liked them, so I picked them up again today. And once I have these sliced up, I'm just gonna toss them in a skillet to heat them up, and when the green beans are done, I'm gonna toss those in the skillet with the sausages. Probably season them with a little bit of butter and salt and pepper. The sausages are pretty heavily seasoned, so it's not gonna need a lot of seasoning. And where the pasta is concerned, I'm gonna use one of my favorite tricks. Instead of making up a sauce, we're gonna use a dip. This is from the refrigerated section at Aldi. They had several different dips to choose from, but we recently tried this one and liked it. It's the Parmesan, Asiago, and garlic dip. Because I'm using fresh pasta, fresh tortellinis, they do not take long at all to cook, really only like 4, maybe 5 minutes once the water is boiling. So after those are done cooking, I'll drain them, and then I will just toss them with the dip, and it'll make a really delicious sauce. And I'm probably just gonna put those in a bowl and then top them with some of the sausages and green beans, and that will be dinner tonight. Like super easy, 4 ingredients. We're gonna throw it together here in about 10 or 12 minutes, and it's going to be yummy. Using a container of dip as a sauce is a favorite shortcut of mine. I have done it many times over the years. In fact, one of my favorite shortcut meals that I've mentioned on this channel time and time again is the 2-ingredient pulled rotisserie chicken with a container of dip. I typically will put it on buns or in tortillas as sandwiches or wraps, but you can also put it on salads. You can put it in pastas. You can put it on top of a bed of rice. You can put it on top of a baked potato. It's just really versatile, and you can change it up according to the different kinds of dips that are available in your store. Gnocchi is another thing that will work really well and will cook really quickly when you're using dip as a sauce. And I have used like a buffalo chicken dip with gnocchi before, and even served it with like a little bit of celery for kind of dipping into the sauce alongside it. So that's another idea for a meal that would come together very quickly with that shortcut ingredient. Today's video is very appropriately sponsored by Upside, because if we're gonna be on the go in Maycember, we might as well be getting cash back on gas, groceries, and at restaurants. Upside is a free app that you can download in Google Play or the App Store that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and at restaurants. In fact, there are over 100,000 participating gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants to choose from when you open up the Upside app. And yes, it is real cash back, no confusing rewards or points or credit system, just actual money that you can transfer directly to your bank account or trade in for gift cards to a variety of different places. Plus, Upside is super easy to use. I just open up the app, app, look at the offers that are available in my area, select one, and then go to that place to make a purchase and claim the offer. And then the cash back is added to my Upside account, usually within a couple of days. Top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you could earn, just follow the link in the description box to download Upside and use my code Mindy to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Or just scan this QR code for the offer. As you know, if you are a frequent watcher of my channel, I'm a big fan of doing most of our meal preparation and cooking at home, but it is nice to occasionally be able to just go through the drive-thru, which is why I like to use my Upside points for places like Starbucks or Panera or Domino's. However, I did notice that at this time, they actually have Walmart as a gift card option in the Upside app, which means that I could even use my Upside points to run into the grocery store and get some of the ingredients I'm using to make the quick meals that I'm featuring in this video. So again, to get started earning cash back with Upside, just follow the link in the description box below or scan this QR code to download the free Upside app. And don't forget to use my code Mindy for an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. And thank you again to Upside for sponsoring today's video. Story time, y'all. When my husband and I were first married, just young 20-something-year-olds, we were both just starting out in our careers and we worked really weird hours. I was working as a high school music director, so lots of nights and weekends doing special activities, and my husband was in campus ministry. And in fact, at their campus ministry, they didn't even start worship until 9 p.m. I mean, working with college kids, that's kind of when they're just coming alive, right? We had purchased just a little starter home when we first got married, and at the intersection for our neighborhood, there was a Taco Bell. And I'm embarrassed to admit the number of times that I went through the Taco Bell drive-thru for dinner because I was just tired and stressed and young and newly married and not really even sure how to cook for two people, having grown up in a family of 7. And one of my favorite things on the Taco Bell menu was the chalupa, which is basically like a taco but on fried bread instead of a taco shell. Well, it's been a hot minute, probably a few years since I have actually had a chalupa from Taco Bell, but I cannot tell you how excited I was to see these in the grocery store. Mission is now making chalupa shells. So I have gathered up some ingredients that you would see kind of on your typical taco night. I've got a pound of ground beef that I'm gonna brown up on the stove and just season it with a little taco seasoning, and I'll get all of the other toppings like tomatoes and lettuce and sour cream and cheese and refried beans ready to go. I'm also just gonna follow the directions on the package here for heating up the chalupa shells. It gives you several different options, from frying them in oil to baking them in the oven to tossing them in the air fryer. Because I wanna throw this together really quickly for lunch this Sunday afternoon, I am going to follow the oven method because I can heat up several of them at the same time. Another little trick of mine when it comes to serving vegetables with busy meals, sometimes I'll just pick up a fresh veggie tray with veggies and dip. My kids are pretty good about eating things like carrots and broccoli and bell peppers raw, especially if there's something to dip them in. And this is just such an easy way to get some veggies in with dinner that requires almost zero prep. Basically just open the package. So along with that, all we'll have to do is put the chalupas together once everything's ready to go. Seriously gonna come together in probably less than 15 minutes. And I am so excited. The kids are excited about this one too. They've been asking when I'm gonna make this meal. I have made well over 500 videos, probably closer to 600 videos here on See Mindy Mom in the last almost 6 years. And I went back into the vault. I went into my archives and looked at some old videos for some additional ideas. And I came across this one where I used actually a can of soup as a shortcut for creating like a deconstructed nacho. And I thought it was really interesting. So I'm gonna put that one back in here in case you missed that video from a few years back. This next one is so easy and so versatile, and you could probably play around with different flavors here, but I have a package of the microwavable rice. This is just the regular long grain white rice. And then I have a can of this, it's from Campbell's Well Yes Southwest style chicken tortilla soup. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just open these up and put them in a microwave safe container and put them in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes. So what we have here is basically like a deconstructed nacho bowl. And I have my soup with the rice mixed in here. The rice kind of helps thicken it up. And then I have some shredded cheese here. And then I have some of these little Good Thin crackers. These are little corn crackers, but you could put tortilla chips or Fritos, like corn chips, in there as well. You could also go the route of tortillas instead of crackers or chips if you wanted to. Maybe have a little salad on the side, bulk it up with whatever we want to go along with it, or just have it as it is. One of my absolute favorite fast food splurges is the Arby's roast beef sandwich. And when I put put just 4 roast beef sandwiches into my Arby's app, just 4 sandwiches. My husband wasn't even gonna be around for dinner that evening, so just 4 sandwiches. 4 sandwiches, no meal, no drink, no fries. It was gonna cost me $20. And I was like, nah. I am not gonna do it. So I ran into Walmart on my way to pick kids up from school, and I went to the deli counter and I had them shave a pound of roast beef for me at the deli counter. I picked up some buns. I even went for the premium buns that are like around $3 or so. They actually sell Arby's sauce in the store now in like a jar where the barbecue sauces and things are. So I picked up some of that and a bag of chips. I've got some fruit here at home. So I'm just gonna heat up the roast beef. I think, you know, that's optional too. I might toast the buns, pile the roast beef onto the bun, put a little bit of that Arby's sauce on it, have some chips, have some fruit, and that will be dinner tonight. And for the same price that I was gonna pay for just 4 sandwiches, I can make at least 5 meals, complete meals, with the ingredients that I ran into Walmart and picked up. And it didn't take me any more time than it would have to go through the drive-thru and get those sandwiches. Sandwiches are sort of an obvious quick meal choice, right? And especially as something that we need to eat on the go or pack ahead of time and take with us. But I know it can get kind of boring if we're making the same old sandwiches. So over the years, I have made caprese grilled cheese sandwiches where I use like some sourdough and I assemble the sandwiches right on the griddle with pesto and tomatoes and mozzarella. That's actually a favorite of my daughter's, my oldest daughter. She really likes those. Of course, my kids are a big fan of the Italian sandwiches that I make with salami and pepperoni and thinly shaved ham and veggies and Italian dressing. I usually assemble those on a big loaf of French bread and slice them up like a sub. Just the other night, I whipped up some crescent roll-ups because we needed to pack dinner to take with us to some basketball games. And that's just really any kind of cold cuts or cheese, turkey and cheese, roast beef and cheddar, ham and Swiss. Just roll it up in the crescent dough, pop them in the oven for 10 or 12 minutes. And after they cool off for a few minutes, they're real easy and portable to pack and take with you. Of course, my kids are also big fans of the little Hawaiian rolls. They will eat just about any sandwich that we make on a Hawaiian roll. We have made so many different kinds of sliders using those little rolls. And here's an idea for a really quick chicken parm slider using the Hawaiian rolls. I just toss some chicken nuggets into the air fryer, reheat them. You could use chicken patties or, you know, breaded chicken fillets or something like that if you wanted instead. And then I put those onto little Hawaiian rolls, top them with some provolone cheese and a little bit of jarred pasta sauce or marinara. And then I put them in the oven under the broiler for a couple of minutes just to kind of toast them through, and that's it. I'll just serve this with salad, and I've got a watermelon too. I can slice that up and that'll be it. Really easy, really quick. And speaking of chicken nuggets, that's another really great shortcut ingredient, especially now that a lot of people have air fryers, because you can toss some chicken nuggets or even some chicken tenders into an air fryer and you can use them to create lots of different things. I have used chicken nuggets to create like a really yummy taco where I toss the chicken nuggets in like a taco sauce and then put them in tortillas with your standard, you know, taco toppings. I've also cooked up chicken nuggets and tossed them with like a teriyaki sauce or a sesame garlic sauce. And they make lots of rice and veggies that you can actually steam in the bag right in the microwave. So you can make some like little rice bowls really quickly that way. Super yummy and a lot cheaper probably than what you're gonna get in the drive-thru. For more quick meal ideas, you can check out this video right here that I made last year on the same topic, or YouTube thinks you might be interested in watching this one, and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss anything new.